It boils down to information. You know, you have 4 key committees in place, which some have come up to say it is very key here, very, very good. National Convention Committee and the Reconciliation Committee, Finance Committee, and the other one is the Zoning Committee. But in all of this, who is in charge of information within, you know, party members and even state, parties, to the extent that they get to know the true picture of what you just highlighted, because it was rife, you know, the news was rife everywhere that the chairman was in court.
Yes. But no, but what I'm saying that somebody impersonated...
That some of your members even believed it.
Of course, even at the, first of all, at the level some of us were, we knew that it was not possible. How would it be possible, first of all, if somebody is strongly challenging Modi Sharif and he fears that he may not win that election? In that case, you can now come and look. The acting national chairman believes that he will not win the election. And so, he may have decided, said, hey, let me better stop this convention and continue in office. But in this case, you are seeing that he had the support, you are seeing that he is likely to win the election. And then, how would he now go back to court to stop in the same convention that will produce him as the chairman of the party? So, people who had this intention, not knowing where they are coming from, had to rush to court, impersonating the national chairman. That is to tell you the level people can go.
Are they members of the PDP, these impersonators?
We are still investigating. We are still investigating whether they are real members of the party. If they were, you couldn't have taken this kind of action. So what happened was that when we have now met with this various group, and they saw the whole thing and said, listen, for the interest of that party, having lost election, we must have to unite ourselves. I said, having made these concessions, let's look into these complaints. 2, that when a presidential candidate has emerged by 2018 towards the election of 2019, the chairman comes back to the south, right?
The chairmanship of your party.
Of course, comes back to the south, because if a presidential candidate would be from so-so zone, the chairman will automatically go to the other zone. So these are concessions that have been made, and they came to say, we are satisfied with this. And to the surprise of those who were thinking that PDP will break up, they are, oh sorry, we are going ahead with the convention. I'm sure that's why most of you were shocked that even PDP couldn't break up, that they are united, they are speaking with one voice now. That tells you that Nigerians still love the party. They believe that this is the only party that will give hope to the country.
Your Excellency, if I may come in here, usually in a democracy, there's this thing about an opposition party. I mean, the PDP ruled for about 16 years or thereabouts. Yes. And, I mean, it was declared that the PDP would rule for 60 years. Now, the PDP lost in the elections last year. And the people out there will be looking to see a viable opposition to keep the ruling party on their toes. But suddenly, it's as if the house is falling apart like a pack of cards. So the question I want to ask is, what is causing this rancor in the different factions, bring about different factions in the PDP?
Yes. Now, first of all, when you're talking about being a viable opposition, you can only be viable when you are united. You can only be viable when you are strong. You cannot be viable when you are speaking in different tone. Now, first thing first, how do we keep the party to be one? How do we keep the party to be united? When the party is united, then they become strong. And then that will not make them to be viable opposition. But when there are divisions in the party, you cannot be a viable opposition.
But not that the divisions. What's causing those divisions?
Of course, interest. You see, that's one thing you must always understand in politics. See, let me just tell you something. In politics, so many people are plotting. Take, for example, somebody will say, look, I want to run for the presidency of this country come 2019. So I will seek that under the platform of the People's Democratic Party. The person may have his own group, his own supporters, And they will do everything within the party to make sure that what is being done will lead to how their own candidate will emerge. Now, if they say that things that are being put on ground may not be favorable to them, obviously, that in itself will cause division. For them to say, look, we don't like the way this is happening. They will complain. The other party too may have their own, the other group too may have their own interest. Somebody somewhere you may not see may have an ambition. And if you see the way the structures are being put, you say, listen, this will threaten my ambition. Therefore, let me speak up. Now, but what is important is that at the end of the day, you are able to bring all these various groups together to say, hey, you can't even talk about your ambition when the party is not strong. Your ambition can be actualized when the party is united. Therefore, the primary thing for you first is to make the party to be strong. Now, if the party becomes strong, then you have an opportunity to not even actualize that so-called ambition. So first thing first, work for the party. Let the party be strong. Let us tackle the ruling party. And that will give you the opportunity. But if the party is not strong, if the party is divided, you will not even be able to achieve or actualize the so-called ambition that you have. So all this you see playing out within the party are various interest groups that you must put together. If you cannot say, we don't want to listen to what this group is saying. If you do that, then only as also saying that we can do without you. At the point we are now, we cannot say that. We want everybody to come together and build a formidable opposition party that will be able to withstand the ruling party. Of course, they have the opportunity. Look, going by what is happening in the entire country. So that is what is happening. Right. But what is important that we are strong to have said the convention will take place.
Well, speaking about court orders, so does that then mean that at the moment, while the party is investigating to see who went to court to file those cases or that particular case, does it mean that at the moment there is no court proceeding, no record whatsoever of any matter in court stopping the party from holding that convention?
First of all, I'm the chairman of the National Convention. Nobody has served me a court order that there should not be any convention. I'm the chairman of the planning committee, and so I've not been served with any court order that there shouldn't be any convention.
What about the chairman?
And I also know that the chairman, as of yesterday, the chairman said nobody even served him. And of course, how could there be an order when I know I didn't go to court? I didn't go to court, and somebody said I went to court.
Perhaps that should be one of the purview or scope of the of the Reconciliation Committee. What's the scope of this committee? Are they also trying to reach out to former PDP members who are today in the APC?
First of all, yeah, there are a lot of people who are aggrieved. Look, that PDP did not do well as far as they are concerned, and therefore they left the party. There are also those who are aggrieved within the party, and so it is the duty of the Reconciliation Committee to see how, first of all, those who are in the party for now and who are aggrieved, and to plead to them and to see how issues can be settled for them to feel comfortable and remain in the party. And there are also those who have left the party but are willing to still come back to the party. It is the responsibility and the duty of that committee to see how they can bring back those people. So the duty of the Reconciliation Committee is quite enormous. You know, it's not just reconciling those who are only in the party, but also those who are interested to come back and to give them the assurance that, look, things are being done in a different way. The PDP you have today is a PDP that will not allow impunity, is a PDP that will allow due process to take place. And that is why, like I said, those who have made complaints against the congresses that took place in their various states, that we have to look into those complaints. If it were before, probably the party would have said, no, well, we're done with it, and if you don't like it, you can leave the party. So this is the new thinking that, look, we can't continue to be doing that. And particularly as an opposition party, you don't need to. You need more people. You don't need people to leave your party. I think people are quite happy now with what is going on.